Okay, so let's be honest.
Mm.
Sometimes our workday feels like a runaway train. The
Yeah,
to-dos are piling up and the notifications are buzzing nonstop, and
correct.
there's this feeling of chaos.
Hmm.
It's like,
It's overwhelming.
yeah, it really is.
In this world, I think a lot of people feel that way, just like reacting.
Yeah, instead of being in control.
Totally.
So we're going to dive into a book called Manage Your Day to Day to see if
Mhm.
we can find some strategies to
Well,
get back on track, get back in control.
mm.
And it's basically a collection of advice from a bunch of different productivity experts.
Uncle.
So it sounds promising,
Yeah.
but I'm curious to see what we find. What
Yeah.
about you? What jumped out at you when you first?
The thing that really resonated with me was this idea of being intentional
Okay.
with how we use our time and our energy.
Yeah.
Instead of just letting the day run us,
Right.
we can actually take control.
Yeah, I love that.
Flip the script.
Yeah, instead of being swept away
Break
by
the
the
two.
current, we can actually.
Yeah, be the captain of the ship, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Take the wheel.
And speaking of navigation,
Mm-hmm.
some of the tips in here feel like we're getting a whole new map and compass.
Oh, interesting.
Like the idea of starting your day
Okay,
with the most important task, the MIT.
gotcha.
Now, that sounds simple, but is it really just about checking off a big to-do list item?
So it's more than that.
Oh.
They actually talk about the psychology behind it.
Right?
There's real power in starting strong.
Okay.
They even mentioned this one study where people who tackle their biggest challenge first thing in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
they not only feel a sense of accomplishment,
Yeah.
but they also tend to be more productive throughout the rest of the day.
Interesting. So it's not just about getting it done, but it's
Right.
setting the tone for the whole day.
Exactly.
And that makes me think about the idea of a morning routine. Do the experts advocate for a rigid schedule, or is there some flexibility?
They're not talking about like turning into robots or anything.
Okay.
The key is to find a set of habits that prime you for the day,
Mhm.
whether that's meditation, a quick workout,
Yeah.
or even just enjoying your coffee and listening to music.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you.
It's like giving your brain that signal to focus.
Exactly, yeah.
I know, for me, if I skip my morning run and just kind of stumble to my desk,
Yeah,
the whole day feels off.
it makes a difference.
And it really does.
Yeah, setting yourself up for success.
Okay, so let's say you got your morning routine down, you're feeling focused.
Okay.
The book then talks about deep work,
Ah,
which seems really crucial in this world that's full of distractions.
right.
But honestly, I feel like those blocks of time to focus
Mhm.
are becoming extinct.
I know, it's harder and harder.
It is.
That's why the book really emphasizes how important it is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. The people who can really focus and
Yeah.
do good quality work
Hmm.
are going to have a serious advantage.
It's like a superpower.
Totally.
But how do you do that when your phone is buzzing?
Right.
And emails are coming in,
Yeah.
and social media is calling your name.
Yeah, they don't sugarcoat it.
Okay.
You have to create boundaries.
Okay.
So they talk about turning off notifications,
Yes.
silencing your phone, even using apps that block distracting websites.
Yeah, sometimes I get sucked into that phone vortex and suddenly an hour is gone.
I know.
It's real.
It's tough.
It is.
But the book makes a good point that
Yeah.
when we're constantly distracted,
Mm-hmm.
we sacrifice not only our productivity,
Yeah.
but the quality of our work as well.
And our sanity, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
So deep work is essential,
Hmm.
but are there techniques to help us stay focused for extended periods?
The book dives into a bunch of different techniques.
Okay.
One that stood out to me was the Pomodoro technique.
I've heard of that, but I'm not sure I fully understand it.
Yeah.
Is it just setting a timer for 25 minutes?
Well, yeah, you set a timer for
Oh.
25 minutes and then you take a break.
Okay.
But the idea is
Yeah.
that you're training your brain
Okay.
to concentrate in these short bursts,
Yeah.
followed by rest.
Mm.
And research shows
Okay.
that this can boost both your focus and your productivity.
It's like interval training for your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
It's more manageable than forcing yourself to focus for hours on end.
Right.
Yeah. And the book also points out that this approach can help prevent burnout,
Oh.
which is a huge challenge,
It is good.
especially these days.
So we've got strategies to conquer the chaos.
That's right.
Finding focus,
Uh-huh.
preventing burnout.
Yeah.
What else does this manage your day-to-day toolkit have in store for us?
So now that we've covered those tactics,
Okay.
they start talking about the bigger picture.
Okay.
Things like your peak energy times,
Yeah.
debunking the myth of multitasking,
Okay.
and even incorporating mindfulness practices.
I am curious about that whole energy peaks thing.
Yeah.
Is it really true that people are wired to be more productive at certain times?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Our bodies go through cycles of energy
Okay.
throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's internal clock is different.
Right.
Manage your day-to-day suggests paying attention to your energy levels
Okay.
and trying to schedule demanding tasks
Right.
for those times when you're most alert.
So if I'm a morning person,
Yeah,
I should be tackling my most important projects before lunch.
exactly.
And if I'm a night owl,
Uh-huh.
maybe I save those for the evening.
That's the idea.
Gotcha.
Work with your natural rhythms,
Okay.
not against them.
So then the book tackles multitasking.
Right.
It turns out that's a myth.
Well, trying to do multiple things at once, it actually makes us less efficient.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I always thought I was good at multitasking. Right?
But actually, I remember this one time.
Oh.
I tried to write a report
Uh-huh.
while answering emails
Oh, wow.
and planning a birthday party.
Yeah.
It didn't go so well.
I can imagine.
No.
That's a classic multitasking fail.
It is.
But why is that?
Yeah.
You know, our brains are so powerful.
Right. You'd think we could handle it.
You'd think so.
Why can't we do a few things at once?
Well, the book explains that our brains aren't actually designed for true multitasking.
Okay.
When we try to juggle multiple tasks,
Mm-hmm.
we're really just rapidly switching our attention back and forth.
So we're not really doing anything well.
And it drains our energy
Gotcha.
and our focus.
So to get things done, we need to focus on one thing at a time.
It seems counterintuitive, especially these days.
Right. Everything's so fast-paced.
But the research is clear on this one.
Okay.
When we give our full attention
Yeah.
to a single task.
Yeah. We not only complete it faster,
Okay.
but the quality is better too.
That makes me think of mindfulness,
Oh, yeah.
which is another theme in the book.
Uh-huh.
I'll admit, when I first heard about mindfulness,
Yeah.
I was skeptical.
Like,
Is this just,
Yeah.
a bunch of new age stuff?
Right.
But I'm starting to see how it could be useful.
It can be a powerful tool
Yeah.
for managing all the chaos.
So it's more than just a trend.
Oh, for sure.
Manage your day-to-day says that even doing short mindfulness practices, like
Yeah.
just taking a few deep breaths or a quick meditation, can really calm the mind
Yeah.
and improve focus.
Totally.
I'm kind of curious to try it.
Yeah.
Could we, do a quick mindfulness exercise right now?
Sure. We can do that.
Okay.
It just takes a minute.
All right.
Find a comfortable position.
Okay.
Close your eyes if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take a few deep breaths together. Breathe in slowly through your nose, feeling your belly expand.
Mm-hmm.
And then exhale slowly through your mouth.
All right. Focusing on my breath.
Yes.
Inhaling, exhaling.
How do you feel?
I actually feel calmer already.
It's amazing
Is.
how something so simple
Yeah.
can be so effective.
It really is.
And that's just a little taste
Okay.
of what mindfulness can do.
So the book goes into more detail about different practices.
Yes.
Okay, great.
And how to integrate them into your day.
So we've talked about tactics, techniques, and even the mental aspect with
Yeah.
mindfulness.
Uh-huh.
What about the bigger picture?
Okay.
Does manage your day-to-day go beyond just tips and tricks and
Yeah.
talk about the
Right.
whole philosophy of productivity?
It absolutely does. It shifts gears to address
Okay.
some of the core principles
Right.
that underpin productivity.
So it's not just about getting things done.
It's about doing the right things
Okay.
the right way
Yeah.
and feeling good while you're doing them,
That's important.
for sure.
Okay, so what are some of those core principles?
One of the most important is consistency.
Okay.
It's about having habits and routines
Yeah.
that support your goals.
So you're not starting from scratch every day.
Exactly.
But consistency can be tough.
It can.
Life gets in the way.
Right.
Motivation comes and goes.
Mhm.
So how do you build those lasting habits?
The book emphasizes small steps
Okay.
taken consistently
Oh, okay.
over time.
So not trying to do too much at once?
Exactly.
Yeah, just little by
They
little.
even cite a study
Oh, yeah.
that found that it takes an average
Okay.
of 66 days
Wow.
to form a new habit.
So it takes time,
And
patient persistence. What about when we need a break?
oh yeah,
Does manage your day-to-day talk about downtime?
absolutely.
Yeah.
They dedicate a whole section
Wow.
to scheduling downtime.
Okay.
They say that rest and leisure
Mm-hmm.
aren't luxuries. They're essential
Yep.
to prevent burnout
Yeah.
and boost creativity.
I think a lot of people, myself included, feel guilty
Right.
about taking breaks.
Like you should be working all the time.
Yeah, like you should always be productive.
Right.
But the book is saying that taking time to recharge can make us more effective.
Exactly.
In the long run.
In the long run,
Okay.
they share research
Okay.
that shows that taking breaks
Yeah.
can lead to breakthroughs
Interesting.
in problem solving
Okay.
and creative thinking.
I know. For me, some of my best ideas come when I'm not even working,
Like when?
like when I'm out for a walk
Right.
or taking a shower.
Exactly. It's like stepping away
Okay.
allows your subconscious
Mhm.
to work its magic.
So, scheduling downtime is crucial.
It's not about being lazy.
Okay.
It's about taking care of yourself,
So you can be your best self.
your most productive self.
So we've talked about consistency, rest.
Yes.
What other big picture principles does the book talk about?
One that stood out to me
Okay.
is gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
How does that fit into productivity?
It might seem strange,
Yes.
but the book says
Yeah.
that cultivating gratitude
Okay.
can actually make our work lives better.
Okay, I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's the link there?
They point out that
Yeah.
when we focus on what we're grateful for,
Okay.
even small things,
Mm-hmm.
it can shift our mindset
Okay.
to a more positive place.
So instead of dwelling on the negative, we're focusing on the positive.
Exactly.
And that can lead to a better outlook.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
And that can boost our resilience, our motivation, even our creativity.
So how do we incorporate gratitude
Right.
into our workdays?
They offer some simple techniques.
Okay.
One is to just take a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're grateful for.
Like,
It could be a supportive colleague, a challenging project that's helping you grow, or even just having a job you enjoy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just taking a moment to appreciate the good things,
Exactly.
even when things are chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any other gratitude practices?
They also talk about expressing gratitude to others.
Oh, okay.
So thanking a colleague for their help,
Okay.
sending a thank you note to a client, or even giving a genuine compliment.
So it's not just about feeling grateful,
It's about expressing it.
but also showing it.
Exactly.
No,
Those small acts
Yeah.
can brighten someone's day
Right.
and create a more positive work environment.
It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Speaking of positive outlooks,
Yes.
the book also talks about a growth mindset.
Yes.
Can you remind me what that is?
A growth mindset is the belief
Okay.
that you can learn and grow even from your mistakes.
Okay.
It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which assumes that your abilities are set.
You can't change.
Right.
Manage your day-to-day says that embracing a growth mindset can be really empowering.
It can.
Especially at work.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you believe that you can improve,
Mm-hmm.
you're more likely to see challenges and setbacks as opportunities.
Opportunities to learn.
Rather than failures.
Exactly.
And that can make you more resilient
You can.
and more motivated to
to keep learning,
Yeah.
especially in today's world.
Where everything's changing so fast.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot.
We have.
From tactical tips to these big picture principles like consistency, rest,
Yes.
gratitude, and a growth mindset.
It's a more holistic approach
Yeah.
than just checking things off a list.
So how do we put all this into practice?
That's the question.
Where do we start?
Right.
We've got all this information,
Yeah, manage your day-to-day.
but I'm looking for that actionable next step.
That's a great question.
And that's where we'll pick up in the final part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're back. And I think the big question now is, how do we actually take all this stuff from manage your day-to-day and, like, use it?
Right. How do we put it into practice?
Yeah, in our real lives.
Yeah, real life is messy.
I'm a little overwhelmed, honestly.
I get it.
We talked about so much, the MIT, routines, focus, mindfulness.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Even gratitude.
Right. Where do we even start?
That's what I want to know.
Well, the good news is manage your day-to-day gives us some guidance
Oh, good.
on how to get started.
Okay, so what's step one?
They say that trying to change everything at once is a recipe for disaster.
That makes sense.
So they say pick one strategy.
Okay.
Just one.
One.
Yeah, just one.
That seems too simple.
I know, but think about it. When we try to do too much, we get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We burn out.
And we end up back where we started.
Exactly.
It's like trying to climb Mount Everest in one jump.
Right, so start small.
Okay.
Maybe it's a morning routine.
Okay.
Maybe it's setting boundaries with technology.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's blocking out time for deep work.
Okay.
Make it non-negotiable.
Okay, I can try that.
Yeah.
Feels doable.
Right.
But what if I try something and it just doesn't work?
That's okay.
Okay.
The book is all about experimentation.
Okay.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Yeah.
So if something isn't clicking,
Yeah.
tweak it,
Okay.
adjust it,
Mm-hmm.
or try something else.
So you have to find what works for you.
Exactly.
It's not one size fits all.
Right. And remember, even small changes
Yeah.
can make a big difference.
Okay.
Don't underestimate those little wins.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get so focused on the big picture, we
Go on.
forget to celebrate the small stuff. Okay, I'm feeling inspired. I
Oh,
think I'm going to start with that morning routine we talked about.
awesome. And remember, manage your day-to-day.
Yeah.
It's a great resource to keep coming back to.
Okay.
There's even more in there.
Like a toolbox we can keep adding to.
Exactly.
So listeners, if you're
Mhm.
feeling inspired,
Mhm.
check out the book.
We've also got more on our website,
Right, like a summary of the key takeaways.
and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, what resonated with you? What are
Yeah.
you going to try this week?
Join the conversation online.
Yeah, let's support each other.
It's
And a more productive
It's fulfilling.
Monday.
And remember, you have the power
Yeah.
to choose how you spend your time.
It's not about being a robot.
It's about finding what works for you.
Right, creating a workday you actually enjoy.
That's a wrap on another deep dive.
See you next time.
And remember, you got this.